Hey there, and welcome to The Lab, the series where we tap into the minds and strategies of top performing EXP agents to uncover what's really working out there today. What you're about to see isn't just a great conversation, it's a sneak peek of what's inside EXP University training. All of our major training programs like Fast Cap, the Lead Generation Series, Fast Attract, and more are built by conducting dozens and dozens of these interviews. Think cutting edge tactics, proven systems, and agent tested strategies compiled from multiple agents on a given topic, all building into insights shared in our training and right here. Consider this your front row seat, and let's dive in.
Well, thank you for doing this, first of all. We really appreciate it. For those not familiar with you, Liz, would you mind sharing a little bit about your background, how you got into real estate, and then how you got into social?
Sure. So I've been selling houses for about 10 years, and I started in the Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington area. And I started selling real estate because I sold many other things before that. So I sold cars, I sold personal training, I sold food, I was a waitress. Like I've always been in sales in some form. And so I went to college for business management in Idaho, moved back home, started selling cars. Then I started working for American Honda as a sales rep, and then I went to be a finance rep. So I've sold all these things, but then I got to the place in my life where I do not like people telling me what to do. And I've always been that way my whole life. You can ask my mother. Like the answer is no. Like what if you tell me to do something, the answer is no. And I'm really trying, like as a grown up, to not be that way. Like I don't know why I went that way. I came out of the womb as don't tell me what to do, which makes me an entrepreneur. But I didn't, my parents were not entrepreneurs. My mother sort of was, in that she's a piano teacher, but I didn't really understand that that's what I could and should do, because that's not the path that my sisters took necessarily, or my parents, or, like when I really look back at it, like, yes, both my grandparents were real estate agents. Like, hello, this is the obvious path. Yes, my grandpa was in San Francisco on the peninsula and was a commercial real estate, like huge commercial real estate. Like, why didn't I learn from him? Don't know. Don't know. Just didn't pay attention, I guess. I don't know. Then my grandma was a real estate agent in a very small town in Oklahoma, and was a landlord and did flips and like did all the things, but she was just grandma, right? Like it never like occurred to me that this is what we were doing, even though they both did it very well. So it got to the place where I tried to fit in the box of all the boxes that I tried, right? Like I tried to work at a dealership. I tried to work for American Honda. I was good at all those things, but I really wasn't good at like you telling me what to do with my day. Mm-hmm. Really bad at that. But what I'm really, really good at is humans, in that I can help people be better together. It's like my secret power of this world is that I can meet you as a person and be able to help you along the way to the next place that you're supposed to be.
Okay. It's a good thing to have as a salesperson, as a sales business owner as well. So
it's an amazing thing.
So you've been in real estate for 10 years, and highly successful 10 years. I'm curious, because we're going to talk about social. When did you start integrating that into your business, or have you always?
When I was selling in Portland and Vancouver, I was in an independent brokerage, and all we did was Zillow leads, like Zillow leads, online leads, all the leads. And I would stand at a desk with a bunch of my girlfriends, and we would just call all day long, call hours at a time, right? We'd have call nights, we'd follow up on leads, and that's all we did. We didn't make friends with other real estate agents. We didn't do any farming. We didn't do open houses. We didn't do anything. All we did was stand there and make phone calls, which I was fine with because I could talk to anyone all day on the phone. And since I'd sold so many other things, I didn't really have any feelings about it. It was like, this is the way this is done. Okay, I will do this thing and become good at this thing. And I became very good at that thing. But when I moved to Richmond, Virginia, my husband had gotten a new job. So we moved across the country. And I moved to a place where I'd never been before. Like, I didn't even know where Richmond was on a map. Like, where are we going? Why are we going here? Okay, fine, I'll go. Right.
That's really the other side of the country.
Yeah. Like, it was literally my attitude. Now I'm from Pennsylvania. So like, I knew where it kind of was, right? Like, come on, like, let's be real here. But I didn't, I didn't know anything about it. So when I got here, my choices were, in my mind, because I was still newish and I'd always been on a team, was to just join another team who had really good leads and keep going in the direction I was going. And I did that. But the issue is it was right at the place where Instagram started to be a thing, where we were all being cute on Instagram. I mean, we were taking the photos, we were writing the nice captions. It was fun. It was cute. It was light. And I was really trying to be good at that thing. So that was probably 2017, 18, 19. And then I got into like the personal development with Tony Robbins. And he was teaching us right before COVID was, hey, did you know you could like teach other people how to do the thing that you do using a course? And I was like, no, I didn't know that. But I started at the very beginning with something called KBB, the Knowledge Business Broker, which is now Mastermind, the thing that he does with Dean Graziosi. Okay. And so I don't think I said his name right, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So the key to doing that was you have to have a social presence to drive people with digital marketing to the thing that you want to sell, which is whatever course or whatever thing you're doing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. And that's when I really started social media, was right probably 2018, 19. I was working on it, but it wasn't going anywhere. And then COVID started. And during COVID, I posted my first video on TikTok, June 20th of 2020. So next week, it's going to be 5 years of posting a video every single day on TikTok, which is bizarro that we've gotten this far.
Every single day you're posting for 5 years?
Every single day I post a video.
Wow. So, okay. So 5 years later, what does your presence on TikTok look like?
So I have almost 70,000 followers on TikTok. And then I post all my videos all the places. I do not discriminate. They go everywhere. I don't personally move them from place to place. I hired a VA who does that. And you can also automate that, which is what I'd recommend. Like, do not get in the weeds with that. Like, there's plenty of ways to automate everything that I do. And that is something I really teach agents how to do, is how to be yourself on video, because that's the secret sauce. I'm good because Liz is funny and Liz is smart and Liz is like clever and Liz can teach you how to sell real estate using a 30-second TikTok video. And what it's done is, first of all, if you can do anything every day, you can be whoever you want to be in this world.
Yeah, no kidding. When Kobe Bryant died, the company I was with at the time did their annual convention at the LA Forum where Kobe's funeral was. And I grabbed my son, who was 9 years old at the time, and I said, look at this. Look at this. Just broadcast around the world. People filled up that entire stadium. You know, celeb basketball player after celebrity got up there and gave eulogies. And I told my son, you know what this guy did for a living? He dribbled a basketball. But he did it so well that he built an empire. So yeah, exactly that. So I'm curious, 70,000 followers. And so you can probably do the math, but one post a day for 5 years, that's a lot. And is TikTok your primary platform, or when you say I distribute my videos elsewhere, do you redo them for those platforms, or is it the reverse? You do them for those platforms and redo them for TikTok?
I always create on TikTok unless I'm doing something specific for Instagram. And Instagram has in my opinion, of course, it wants you to, it likes a quicker video in like a 7-second reel, right? So you write something on the screen, you write something in the caption, you use a training sound, you're not speaking. And if I'm going to create that, I'm going to create that on Instagram. But I create most everything else just on TikTok, and I move it to the other platforms. And I don't decide what goes and what stays. Lots of my coaching clients, they want to like sort and filter based on how they feel and how they think it'll do well on the other platforms. And what I know is that you don't get to decide what's good. And the things that you just kind of off the cuff create. For instance, I created a video about a Pedialyte pop. Like I'm recovering from surgery, so I really like a Pedialyte pop. Like it saved me like literally saved my life. And so I made this random little video about Pedialyte pops and how good they are after surgery. And there's all kinds of people being like, oh yeah, where do you buy those? And where do you find them? And why are they good? And Pedialyte, the company, is like, they're awesome, right? So Pedialyte, the company, is reaching out to me, right? So it's
really,
yeah, it's a weird thing that it's a bizarre thing is what it really is, because it makes it so you're so connected to so many people that you don't know are even watching you until they raise their hand. And they're like, oh, I would like that thing that you're either selling, or that they're ready to buy or sell, or if they want to be your coaching client, or they want to join you with EXP, but you don't know they're there until they raise their hand. My newest listing, I think it sold last weekend, or when pending last weekend. When she called me on the phone, she said, I've been watching you for a year on Instagram.
This is the other agent or the seller?
The seller themselves. Lots of times it's another agent who's like, hey, will you take this referral? And that's amazing too. I'm here for that. But on the other side, which is even better, is a direct seller or a direct buyer calling me on the phone and say, I've been watching you. I found you. You're the only thing I see when I see TikTok, and I want to work with you. And so when you go to the listing appointment, they already know, like, and trust you because they've seen you every day for a year.
I'm starting at the very first step. I've been on TikTok. I wouldn't say my account is set up. I haven't ever posted. I'm purely on there just watching content. What, in terms of setting up my account, is there something special that I should do as I get going and using this in my business?
I would make sure that your profile is set up so when I come to it, I know who you are, what you do, and how to reach you. In the beginning on TikTok, you can't put a link in there that leads anywhere else until you have about 1,000 followers. And so in the beginning, who you are, where you do it, and how to reach you. And you can do a how to reach you. It depends on which kind of account you have. Sometimes they let you have a link, sometimes they don't. If it's a business account, they let you have a link. The link leads you to wherever, like a Stan Store or a Linktree or wherever, right? So you can lead people other places from there. And if not, you can just, when you're making videos, you could add a call to action, you can add a keyword, you can add whatever you want so you can start interacting with these people. But lots of times when I see agents on TikTok, I don't know where they sell real estate. I don't know how to reach them. I don't even know they're even a real estate agent a lot of the times. Like, they'll reach out to me and be like, Liz, can you help me with this thing? And I'll go to their account and I'll be like, do you even sell real estate? What are we doing? Right? Like, put real estate agent in your bio. Like, it seems obvious, but like that's let's like make sure that your photo is the same photo on all the platforms. So the same photo on Instagram, because that makes it so I know that it's really you, because TikTok, there's a lot of fake accounts there. There's probably 10 fake accounts of me, and there's really not much I can do about it, but it just is what it is. So your own account, make sure it has your face and exactly what you want your bio to be. So it is obvious if they came from another platform that this is really you.
But when it comes to your posts, are you disciplined in terms of like what you post on what days, what kinds of posts you put out there? Static, carousel, reel type video. What's your cadence there?
Since I run a business, and 3 of my businesses are in the same TikTok account, right? So I have a coaching business where I coach agents how to be great on video, right? So I'm a video coach. And then I have my agent attraction business, which is the agent crew. And so I talk about that. And then I have real estate, which is buyers and sellers. Okay. So I'm always talking about those 3 things. Now, occasionally I talk about Pedialyte pops, because I know that this random thing over here will also grow my account. So I'm not afraid to talk about the random thing over here as well. Now, is it all random? No. Like, I have a series, it's called Lessons from Sunday School, because I teach Sunday school lessons to 5 and 6-year-olds. And I find it fascinating. So I talk about that, right? So I have series that I have going on that you'll notice patterns. But I also, like, for instance, this morning, what did I post? I posted a talking head video about why, when you're listing a farm, you need to include the pictures of the farm, because lots of agents are just selling the house instead of the farm. You got to sell the whole thing, right? Was the stick of the video. It's a minute long, me talking. That's it. The next one was, hey, this is how I'm using AI in my business. Did you know I have a Monday call? Would you like to come to my Monday call? Here's how you come to my call. The next video I'll create would be one to promote one of my listings. So I'll make a walkthrough, or I'll do, what makes this listing great or something. So I'll create something from a listing. The next video I'll create will be, I know that on Instagram, my voiceover videos do better than my talking head videos typically. And so if I want my Instagram to grow, I make a voiceover video. So I have one in my drafts now of showing how a seller left their house, and how they have everything out on the counter for the next buyer. People love that video. So I make that one over and over again. So do I have a content calendar that I give my students? Yes, because some people in the very beginning, they need to know Monday I do a market report. Tuesday I talk about a listing. Wednesday I talk about open houses. So yes, I think that for most people, they need a content calendar and they need structure.
Yeah.
Could I do it better if I had structure? Probably, but that's not me. Like I think of video creation like art.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel like it and sometimes you don't. And sometimes you're the artist and sometimes you're just pumping out content. Yeah.
So when you're coaching agents on leveraging TikTok, what do you think are the top mistakes that agents make in terms of either posting or using that kind of platform to develop it for business reasons?
They overthink it. They're trying so hard to not look dumb that they don't even start. So that's number one, is they just don't even start. And then when they do start, they're so concerned with how they're going to be perceived that they don't try everything. When you start, especially on TikTok, no one's there. Like no one sees what you're doing. You might get 200 views, but you don't know who the people are. So like try all the things. Be wild, be crazy, try this, try that, like try all the flavors of TikTok. Do the voiceovers, do the green screens, do the like everything you can possibly think of, try it all. Because you don't know what you're going to like, you don't know what you're going to be good at, and you don't know what people are going to like you doing. It's always interesting that when I see people in real life and they bring up a video or they talk to me about a subject, I'm always like, that's the thing you watch of mine? Like that thing? Okay, I guess I'll keep doing it, right? Like, oh, I didn't know people were watching this thing, right? So A, it's start. B, it's try everything else. And then you have to be around people who are doing the thing you want to do. So if you want to learn how to be great at open houses, go hang out with someone who's great at open houses. If you want to be great at doing digital marketing and video marketing, hang out with people that are doing the thing that you want to do. And don't be so proud that you don't think you need a coach. Like I coached with GoGo personally with GoGo for a whole year. She didn't really video coach me. She coached me on business. So now I know like how to run a business better. But I watched everything she did and copied her to the T, to the point where she's like, Liz, you going to do this thing too? Because I see that you do. Yeah, I'm going to do this thing. Right. So when you see that someone is good at something, just go ahead and either coach them, work with them, or copy them. Right. Like figure out if they already know that it works, why would you do something different?
When you're talking about kind of going from this relationship that you've created online with these individuals, they're finding you, they're liking your stuff, they're following you and things like this. Are you being purposeful about cultivating that to a point with these individuals that you understand who they are, where they're at in their journey, and you're looking for signs, or are you just putting content out there and waiting for people to raise their hand and say, Liz, I'm here, I need your help?
A little of both.
Okay.
Yeah, a little of both. I have agents that I know eventually will join me at EXP. But maybe today's not the day, right? I had an agent this morning that decided to go to Remax instead of joining me. And I was like, seriously? Remax, right? But there's a local team and she wants the leads and she thinks I get it, right? And so my reaction to that is, okay, like I want what's best for you. I do. And if that's what's best for you right now, sure, go for it, right? And I'd love to be your plan B. I would. And oftentimes it takes longer than you ever think it'll take for an agent to want to partner with you, because we're asking them to do something that is change, and people love certainty. So when I'm creating my content, I'm thinking about how can I help them understand what it's like to be here before they are here.
Yeah.
And create a safe place for them to be. All an agent wants is a safe place to be where they're certain they can make money and feed their family.
Yeah, it's well said. What about buyers and sellers? Are you doing anything to cultivate them, or do you just kind of wait for them to say, I'm ready to buy, I'm ready to sell? How do you move online to like your CRM if you're doing that?
Sure. Yeah. So I have all kinds of like freebies out there on the digital marketings. And if you want this list, or if you want that, or if you want this freebie, or if you want this list, like home seller guide, or if you want the magic email, or I have all kinds of like freebies out there in the world where they just comment this keyword and it sends it to them automatically. So I'm growing an email list, and then I target my email list that way. Most of the time, buyers and sellers are, sometimes they come into I have it linked, right? Like that it comes into, I use KV Core currently. So I have it linked that if they scan my whatever, wherever they comment the keyword, it's all linked to go to the places, right? It's all automated where I'm not doing it. But most of the time they're going to raise their hand when they're ready, and they're going to just call you on the phone or write you a DM. Sometimes the DM is disguised. Like, can you tell me about snakes in Virginia and do chickens eat them? And you're like, what? And you have to get better at paying attention to who is asking you that question, because oftentimes with buyers, sellers, and agents, they'll ask you a question that's not the question.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a test. Like, are you real? Will you respond to me? Are you a real person? And if you're not in your own DMs, sometimes you miss it. So if you outsource that, you very easily could miss the conversations that you should be having.
Okay.
And most buyers are going to ask you something other than, hey, I'm ready to buy a house in Virginia. Can you come help me? They're going to ask you about snakes first, which is weird. It's not going to be snakes, but.
It's interesting because, that is a discipline, right? But so is any form of lead generation if you're going to be good at it. And in this particular case, the platform will reward you when you do it consistently, and it will not reward you if you don't. So you got a built-in accountability partner there. All right, Liz, thank you so much for doing this. How can folks learn more and reach out to you?
Liz Brown Realtor Daily on all the platforms. So you can go wherever, whatever your flavor of choice is, you can reach out to me there. You can write me a DM. You can, in my bio, and every one of my bios, there is a little link you can click, and it takes you to how to work with me, how to coach me, what my, I do lots of, I do a Monday mastermind where I don't talk about video creation, just talk about real estate. I have a film school. I have a coaching call every morning. So there's all kinds of ways that you can work with me. You can partner with me. You can co-sponsor with me. You can do all the things. And you can find me just on any of the platforms, Liz Brown, Realtor Daily.
All right. I hope you all do. And Liz, thank you so much for doing this with us. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right. Until next time. And until next time for you, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.